Posters hailing butchers of Uri, words that expose Sharif lies to the entire world. Terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba claiming responsibility for the 18th September Uri attacks, killing 20. India's stand vindicated. In face of repeated denials by Islamabad, the proof that the strike had its origins in Pakistan coming from right inside Pakistan. These are the posters lining up the streets of the city of Gujranwala in Pakistan's Punjab. Lashkar-e-Taiba conducting the last rites in absentia for the Uri-led terrorist Muhammad Anas, also known as Abu Siraka. Half an inch below is the image of Hafiz Saeed, the Jamaat chief, with a sinister smile pasted on his devilish face. The posters bear proud proclamations by the Lashkar-e-Taiba on the Lashkar terrorist having allegedly slain 177 Hindu soldiers at the Uri Brigade camp and having drunk from the glass of martyrdom.
India's massive effort to establish a direct Pakistan hand in the Uri attack has ironically been helped by the perpetrators themselves. Hafiz Mohammad Saeed, founder and mastermind of the Lashkar-e-Taiba, has put out a poster claiming credit for the Uri attack and also announcing an honor ceremony to actually praise those jihadis who entered India and killed Indian soldiers. Shiv Arur in Delhi for India Today.
Joining us from Multan in Pakistan is Shafqat Saeed. Also with us is Sushant Sareen, one of India's top strategic affairs experts. I want to go across to Shafqat Saeed first because we just heard, Shafqat Saab, and the reason that you're on the newsroom tonight is because I remember speaking to you after the Uri attack and you were denying that Pakistan had anything to do with it. You were part of the group that suggested it could have been an Indian false flag operation. Now you've got the Lashkar-e-Taiba putting up posters saying, we did it. I can stand back and say, I told you so, Shafqat Saeed.
And whatever I said that day, it was such a day. And I think it was 29th of September or 30th of September that we were talking. And I stand by the same words and I tell you, it is not a difficult job for Raw to post those posters having paid a very petty amount. No, don't laugh it out. Don't laugh it out. I tell you,
it's so interesting. You know, you have a very fertile imagination, Shafqat Saeed. You have a very fertile imagination.
It is not false imagination. I tell you, it does not suit Pakistan, and Pakistan is not doing anything like that in India.
This is totally absurd. This is the theatre of the absurd playing out. I want to bring in Sushant Sareen. I thought that Shafqat Saeed and others in Pakistan would be forced to realize their folly. Now, from a false flag operation, they're getting even more creative, suggesting that somehow the additional secretary in charge of the Pakistan desk in RAW has managed to find agents going about putting out these posters with Hafiz Saeed's mug on them. Sushant Sareen.
You know, Rahul, frankly, you know, it's a mug's game to get these guys on your television screens because I have yet to hear anything sensible coming out of their mouths. In fact, the whole country has become such a schizophrenic place that I think the only place which the whole country needs to be put is a psychiatric ward, if at all a country could become a psychiatric ward. You know, the kind of blatant denial which comes from these guys, the truth is staring them in the face, and yet, you know, you have this kind of a denial. Now, for example, I could just easily turn around and say that today's Quetta attack was an inside job. It was a false flag operation. It was, you know, there's a race between various corps commanders to become the next chief, and maybe one of the guys whose brother is an ISI officer orchestrated this attack so that the corps commander in Quetta could not actually become the next chief. Now, I can be just as fertile in my imagination, but you know, I will not be as shameless as these people to deny something which is staring them in the face, and this is what happens every time. But I think what is important is that this poster also busts this myth which all these Pakistanis have been spreading, that Jamaat-ud-Dawa is like the mother, you know, the sisters of charity in Pakistan, a philanthropic and a welfare organization, and it has nothing to do with the Lashkar-e-Taiba. Now, here is a poster which says that this is a Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist, and the man who is going to actually lead the Namaz-e-Janaza is the Jamaat-ud-Dawa chief. We always knew this is a fictitious distinction between these two groups, but this poster actually only reaffirms what we already knew. So I think we've had enough of the Pakistani
Absolutely,
lies.
Shafkat Saeed, you must at some time stop laughing and wake up. Because, you know, India is not going about claiming that the attack in Quetta is because of this internal battle over who gets to be the next army chief. You know, 60 people have died. Our hearts go out to those who die. Given the poster, you know, it's time that you stop laughing and wake up and realize that you need to accept that you can't have Hafiz Saeed leading the janaza. It shows, as Sushant Sareen so rightly says, that he is not Jamaat-ud-Dawa, he is the chief of the Lashkar-e-Taiba.
You tell me who does not know it, that who is behind the death of 149 children, 70 liars, and today these 60 recruits. Who does not know it? Who does not know it? Who is doing all these things in Pakistan? Who does not know it? That where from Kulbhushan Singh Yadav came in? Who does not know it? That who is mugging? Who is cooking up these stories? Who does not know that everybody, whatever is happening in the subcontinent, India is behind it? Who does not know this? You cannot hush up Kashmir by doing such things, and you cannot claim that you are absolved. You are very sincere, pious, piety-full country, and there can nothing be done wrong by India. Who does not know it? Ajit Doval is on social media, he is on YouTube claiming that what he is doing in Pakistan and the funds that he has got for doing all that.
Sushant Sareen, you know, it's very clear, no matter how much, we're back to a 26/11 like scenario, no matter how much proof you put out, there will be no acceptance. And what we're seeing in the meanwhile is, at this time, a story breaking on our channel that there is heavy firing taking place along the line of control. Multiple posts being hit. We are seeing snipers being deployed. Militarily, the Pakistani army is upping the ante along our borders.
No, I'm not surprised at what the Pakistan army is doing. You know, when they have their back to the wall, they try and you know, indulge in a bit of brinkmanship. And normally what used to happen from the Indian side is that, you know, we used to behave in a somewhat more diffident kind of a manner, that let it be. But I think it is about time that we start calling the Pakistani bluff. And if they are using these kind of tactics along the line of control, the Indian army normally gives it as good as it gets. But I think now we should up the ante a little bit more, because we need to put these guys in their place. And frankly, you know, talking to these fellows and expecting any words of any sense, any kind of contrition coming from them, it's not going to happen, because they are so deeply embedded in this whole jihadist, anti-Hindu, anti-India kind of a mindset that they're simply not a normal people anymore. So I think anybody who talks about normalization of relations with Pakistan doesn't know what is the nature of the beast he is dealing with. And frankly, people like Shafkat Saeed, the only good thing which they do is they actually give us a wake-up call about what exactly that country is all about. And to that extent, I welcome them. Otherwise, it's painful being on the same panel with people like him.
I'm going to leave it there. Sushant Sareen, Shafkat Saeed, for joining us in the newsroom. Thank you. This poster, though, very clearly suggesting that what was earlier said by India is now out in the open. The Lashkar-e-Taiba accepting that they're the ones responsible for Uri. We're slipping into a quick break. I have a lot more lined up for you when we come back. Stay with us. We're back.